December 21st, 2025, 2:07 a.m. Simultaneously across the globe, an imperceptible anomaly occurred. An invisible ripple spread from the Earth's core, tearing open a rift between reality and the paranormal. Jianghai University, male dormitory, room 417. Lin Shun was nestled in his lower bunk, the glow from his phone screen casting a pale, bluish light on his face. He was scrolling through short videos of people flaunting their wealth, their girlfriends, their lives. He watched, numb, yet unable to stop. His name was Lin Shun, a sophomore majoring in business administration. He was 175 centimeters tall, weighed 135 gene, and had a face so ordinary that if you threw him into a crowd, you wouldn't be able to find him after 3 seconds. His grades were below average. He never skipped class, but never put in any effort either. When the teacher took attendance, they always had to pause for 2 seconds to recall his name. He had never been in a relationship, never joined any clubs, never received a scholarship. Even the student union's dorm inspections rarely singled him out. He simply lacked that much of a presence. Another boring night. Lin Shun laughed at himself, turned the volume down to its lowest setting, and continued scrolling through the videos that made him feel both envious and inadequate. Suddenly, a tearing, excruciating pain exploded from the depths of his skull, as if someone were drilling into his temples with an electric drill. His vision went black. He shot up from the bed, and a cold sweat instantly soaked through his t-shirt. Ding! Anomaly selection system successfully bound. Host: Lin Shun, Global Awaken Now. 137. Current world status. Paranormal resurgence, initial stage. Vengeful spirit appearance rate. 1%. System description. Whenever the host faces a paranormal event or a critical choice, the system will provide 2 to 4 options. Rewards will be issued based on the difficulty and completion of the selected option. Warning: some options may lead to death. Please choose with caution. A cold, emotionless, mechanical voice sounded directly in his mind. Lin Shun froze, his hand still holding his phone, thinking he was hallucinating. But immediately following, a translucent blue panel materialized in the center of his vision, visible only to him. Before Lin Shun could process what was happening, the temperature in the dormitory plummeted by 10 degrees. The fluorescent lights flickered erratically with a zzz sound, as if they were about to explode. His roommate on the top bunk, Wang Chong, rolled over and mumbled groggily, "Fuck, who turned on the AC? It's freezing." The words had barely left his mouth when the bedboards of the lower bunk creaked. A hand, so pale it was almost reflective, reached out from under the bed. Its fingernails were long and pitch black, its knuckles twisted, and it slowly reached for Lin Chen's ankle. Lin Chen's pupils contracted violently. The owner of that hand was slowly crawling out from under the bed. A female ghost. Her long hair covered her face, dripping with a dark reddish-black liquid. Her neck was twisted at a bizarre 90-degree angle. Her skin was so pale that you could see the dark blue veins beneath, and a foul-smelling, bloody saliva dripped continuously from her mouth. She let out a low whimper, which sounded like both crying and laughing. "Oh my God!" Lin Shun instinctively screamed, grabbed a fruit knife from his desk, and leaped off the bed. The female ghost's speed was far beyond that of a normal person. She lunged in front of him in an instant, her icy fingers closing around his neck. Lin Shun felt as if his throat was being blocked by 1,000-year-old ice. Breathing instantly became difficult. The system panel flashed a frantic red light. Warning: low-level vengeful spirit, resentful spirit level, campus suicide victim detected. Host's life is in danger. Please make a choice within 30 seconds. Smiley face. Option 1. Scream for help and call for your roommates. Difficulty: low. Reward: +1 to basic physique enhancement. Option 2. Grab the fruit knife and fight head-on. Difficulty: medium. Reward: skill ghost slaying strike. Beginner. Option 3. Pretend you don't see anything, lie back down, and feign sleep. Difficulty: extremely low. Reward: +50 slaughter value. Option 4. Actively approach and strangle the female ghost with both hands. Difficulty: high. Reward: 1 random god tier item. Penalty for failure: instant death. The countdown began. 30, 29, 28. Lin Shen's heart pounded wildly, his mind racing. Option 3 was obviously a death sentence. The ghost had already crawled to the side of his bed. Pretending to be asleep was the same as waiting to die. Option 1, call for help. His roommates were sleeping like logs. Even if they woke up, they wouldn't be able to help. At best, they would all just die together. Option 4 was too insane. A god-tier item sounded tempting, but the words instant death sent a chill down his spine. That left option 2 as the most reliable choice. Choice confirmed. Option 2, grab the fruit knife and fight head-on. Lin Shun gritted his teeth and, with all his might, stabbed the knife toward the female ghost's chest. With a sound, the blade went in, but it felt like stabbing into a thick fog with no sense of substance. The female ghost let out a sharp, cackling laugh. Her nails slashed across his shoulder, drawing blood. An intensely cold pain, as if being drilled, spread from the wound. The severe pain completely sobered Lin Chin up. He fiercely kicked the ghost in the abdomen, and the force of the kick actually sent her flying back half a meter, crashing into the ladder of the upper bunk. The female ghost lunged again. Lin Shun dodged to the side and, with a backhand motion, swung the knife toward her head. Squelch! The blade sank into the crown of her head, and black blood spurted out. The female ghost let out a blood-curdling scream that could pierce eardrums. Black smoke rose from her entire body, and after a few frantic struggles, she completely dissipated into a wisp of black mist, disappearing into the cracks of the floor. The dormitory returned to its former calm. The fluorescent lights stopped flickering, and the temperature slowly began to rise. Selection complete. Evaluation. Perfect solo kill, no outside assistance. Reward issued. Skill Ghost Slash. Beginner. Deals 150% damage to spiritual beings, with an added evil warding effect. 30-second cooldown extra reward. Due to perfect completion Black Iron Hatchet. Normal attacks have a weak evil warding effect, can be upgraded. A pitch-black hatchet appeared out of thin air in his hand. The blade was icy cold, but the handle fit perfectly in Lin Shen's palm. Lin Shun collapsed onto the ground, gasping for breath. The wound on his shoulder burned with a fiery pain, but the pain only confirmed to him that this was all real. He swallowed hard, gazing at the pitch-black night sky outside the window, a wave of unprecedented excitement surging in his heart. The paranormal has awakened. A system. From now on, my life is going to turn around. A light he had never known before flickered in his eyes. He cleaned up the blood at the scene and lay down on his bed, his mind too excited to sleep. Outside the window, the campus was as quiet as ever, but Lin Shin knew that this world had already changed. The next morning, the wounds on his shoulder and arm had already scabbed over, the new skin as smooth as before, a recovery effect from the system's reward. He tried using his slaughter points to buy beginner-level strength and agility enhancements from shop, each costing 100 slaughter points. His strength increased from 8 to 13, and his agility from 7 to 12. His whole body felt light and powerful, as if he had been completely reborn. When he threw a punch, the air made a faint popping sound, and his steps were much lighter when he ran. On the way to class, he heard his classmates discussing the strange occurrences from the previous night. Someone in the girls' dormitory had heard crying, and someone else had seen a shadow in the mirror. The school forum had already exploded with a post titled, "Girls' Dormitory Haunted?" A repeat of the suicide from 3 years ago, which had already garnered over 10,000 views. In the advanced mathematics classroom, Lin Shun sat in the last row, his head down, studying the system. In the front row, Zhao Kai walked in swaggering with the campus belle, Li Wei, in his arms. Zhao Kai was the class president, a member of the student council, and the son of a real estate developer in Jianghai City, a typical second-generation rich kid. He was dressed in designer clothes, his hair slicked back with gel, and the latest Apple Watch hung around his neck. He had an aura about him wherever he went. Li Wei was the recognized campus belle, with a tall figure, fair skin, and waist-long hair. She was the belle of the art department. The two had been dating for half a year, and everyone in the school knew. Someone in the classroom whispered, 5 girls have gone missing from the girls' dormitory. The school is going to suspend classes. Zhao Kai sneered, deliberately raising his voice. It's a small matter. My dad has already contacted the Paranormal Affairs Bureau. An official Awakened One will be here tonight to handle it. You ordinary students shouldn't worry about it. Just focus on your classes. Li Wei snuggled in his arms and chimed in with a sweet voice. That's right, the master that Brother Zhao Kai knows. No, the Awakened One is super powerful. He was the one who solved the incident at the downtown shopping mall last time. It was even on the news. The surrounding students cast envious glances, and someone flattered, Brother Kai is awesome. As expected of the school director's son, it's good to have connections. Zhao Kai caught a glimpse of Lin Shun out of the corner of his eye, a smirk on his face as he said sarcastically, some people can only fantasize about exorcising ghosts in their dormitories their whole lives, right? Last night, during my rounds, I saw someone brandishing a fruit knife for a long time. It was hilarious. Was he trying to be Zhong Kui? The classroom erupted in laughter. Li Wei covered her mouth and giggled, her voice sweet but laced with malice. Him? A loser like that? I bet even female ghosts wouldn't bother with him. Lin Shen looked up and gave them a faint glance without saying a word, then lowered his head to look at his panel again. His gaze was different now, with a hint of coldness. Zhao Kai became even more smug, wrapping his arm around Li Wei. Wei, let's go watch the Awakened One exorcise the ghost tonight. I'll live stream it for you, so you can broaden your horizons. After class, the class group chat completely exploded. Zhao Kai sent a message. Tonight at 8 o'clock, downstairs from the girls' dormitory, an official Awakened One will be exorcising the ghost on site. I'll be live streaming. Someone at D. Lin Shun. Lin Shun, weren't you so capable last night? Do you dare to go and see a professional at work? Lin Shun only replied with a single At 8:30 in the evening, Lin Shun, dressed in all black with a mask and a hat, arrived outside the girls' dormitory. Over 100 students had gathered at the scene, and the security department had set up a cordon. Zhao Kai was holding his phone, live streaming. A young man in his 20s stood beside him, dressed in a black trench coat and holding a Tang-style sword. He had an extraordinary presence and called himself Thunderblade Zhang Hao, an officially certified C-rank Awakened One with the ability to control lightning. Zhang Hao posed for the camera, lightning flickering in his palm, drawing gasps and screams from the crowd. Zhao Kai narrated, "My dear viewers, did you see that? This is a chosen one. A few little resentful spirits are nothing to worry about. Tonight, I'll show you what professionalism looks like." The bullet comments flooded the screen. Brother Kai is awesome. 666. The Awakened is so damn cool. Lin Shun stood behind the crowd. The system scan showed the 6th floor was overflowing with ghostly energy, housing 3 mid-tier fierce ghosts in red. The system activated. Host has entered a mid-tier supernatural zone. A choice is triggered. Option 1. Watch from a distance. Do not participate in any action. Difficulty: none. Reward: slaughter value plus 100. Option 2. Warn Zhang Hao that there is a problem with the mirror. Difficulty: low. Reward: beginner healing pill times 3. Option 3. Go upstairs alone and eliminate the fierce ghosts first. Difficulty: high. Reward: permanent attribute points plus 5. Skill: nether energy shield. Beginner. Option 4. Publicly challenge Zhang Hao and seize the right to kill. Difficulty: extremely high. Reward: prestige plus 500. Can plunder a portion of his abilities upon defeat. Failure: will be wanted by the authorities. Lin Shen glanced at the incredibly arrogant Zhang Hao and Zhao Kai and chose 3. He silently vaulted over the surrounding wall, entered the dormitory building, and headed straight for dorm 613 on the 6th floor. The corridor was cold and damp, water seeping from the walls, the air thick with the smell of blood. The door to 613 was ajar, and the low sobs of a girl could be heard from inside. Lin Shen pushed the door open and saw 3 girls huddled in a corner, their faces pale. In the center of the room, from a large full-length mirror, 3 red-clothed female ghosts were slowly crawling out. The 3 ghosts looked identical, with floor-length hair, blood-soaked red dresses, deathly pale skin, and black holes for eyes, blood dripping from their mouths. "Help! Help me!" a short-haired girl stammered upon seeing Lin Shen. "Close your eyes. Don't look at the mirror." Lin Shen's voice was low and icy. The three ghosts turned their heads in unison, bloody tears streaming down, and shrieked together. Another man coming to his death. Come play with us. A ghostly wind raged, the fluorescent lights burst, sending shards flying, and the temperature in the room plummeted. Lin Chun drew his black iron cleaver, its blade glinting coldly in the darkness. Activating ghost-slaying strike. His figure flashed, the blade a streak of lightning. The first female ghost's head flew off, black blood splattering 3 meters. The second one pounced from the side, its sharp claws aiming for his neck. Lin Chun didn't dodge or evade. The claws only left a shallow mark on his body, effect of enhanced constitution, and with a backhand swing, he cut it in half at the waist. The third was the most insidious, dropping from the ceiling, its bloody maw snapping at the back of his neck. Lin Chun was already prepared, swinging his blade upwards in a reverse motion. Splurch! 3 ghostly heads hit the floor, black smoke rising. The mirror was covered in cracks, and then bang, it shattered into pieces. Choice complete. Evaluation. Perfect, 0 casualties, completed alone. Reward. Permanent attribute points +5, strength +2, agility +2, constitution +1, nether energy shield, reduces spiritual damage by 30%. Additional, slaughter value +300. The 3 girls stared at him blankly, their eyes filled with adoration. Senior, who are you? Lin Chun didn't answer. Don't look in any mirrors tonight, and don't turn on the lights. It'll be over tomorrow. He turned and went downstairs. Downstairs, a red-clothed female ghost that had slipped through the net crawled out of a window, lunging straight for the crowd. Zhang Hao swung his thunderblade, lightning exploding, but it had limited damage against a spiritual body. The ghost was only temporarily pushed back. Master! No, Zhang Hao was being forced back step by step. This ghostly energy is off the charts. Zhao Kai was so scared his phone dropped, a wet patch clearly visible on his crotch. Li Wei screamed and hid behind him. The female ghost's bloody mouth bit towards Zhao Kai's neck. Lin Chun leaped down from upstairs and slew the ghost with a single strike. The black smoke dissipated. The entire scene fell silent. The livestream's bullet comments exploded. The man in black is too cool. Did the official awaken just fail? Brother Kai pissed himself. Haha. Lin Chun glanced at Zhao Kai. Professional team? Is this it? Zhao Kai's face was a mixture of green and white, speechless. Lin Chun turned to leave, tossing a final sentence over his shoulder. Next time you brag, know your own limits. From then on, the black-clothed bladesman became a legend on the campus forums, and Zhao Kai became an eternal laughingstock. A week later, the supernatural revival entered its second phase. The global appearance rate of fierce ghosts soared to 10%, with night parades of 100 ghosts appearing in many places. A ghostly fog enveloped the central business district of Jianghai City. A 10-meter-tall headless ghost general descended, swinging a giant axe, surrounded by countless smaller ghosts. The army set up a cordon, and citizens were evacuated. Zhao Kai's father spent a fortune to hire the A-rank awakened fire maiden, Lu Yan, along with 3 B-rank officials. At the press conference, Zhao Kai spoke to the media. This time we have an A-rank master. The Ghost King is sure to die. Certain people who love the spotlight shouldn't even think about stealing the show. Li Wei stood beside him, a complicated look in her eyes. Lin Chun sat in a corner, unnoticed. The system's main quest was triggered. Global event, Jianghai City's night parade of 100 ghosts. Option 1. Flee immediately. Difficulty. Low. Reward. Teleportation scroll ×1. Option 2. Join the official team and provide support. Difficulty. Medium. Reward. Mid-tier enhancement pill ×1. Option 3. Face the Ghost King alone and slay it single-handedly. Difficulty. Hell. Reward. 1 divine grade skill draw. Attribute points +30. Option 4. Protect the civilians. Establish a safe zone. Difficulty. High. Reward. Leadership talent. L'enchaîne chose 3. Deep in the night, ghosts howled within the phantom mist. The official team set up a formation on the street, and Lu Yan's flame barrier lit up. A ghost general cleaved down with its axe, shattering the barrier. 3 barrankers were heavily injured, and Lu Yin spat blood. Imps charged at the crowd. Zhao Kai hid in the back, live streaming with a trembling voice. Lin Shun, clad in black and wielding a blade, descended from the sky. The ghost extermination domain, redeemed from the shop, unfurled. Within a 100-meter radius, all ghost attributes plummeted by 30%. He moved as if through an empty realm, felling one with each slash as black smoke billowed. Imps numbered in the hundreds and thousands. Experience notifications flooded in one after another. Finally, he faced the Ghost General. The Ghost General swept its giant axe. Lin Chun dodged, reversing his grip to slash at the axe handle, sending sparks flying. The Ghost General roared, its axe a flurry of afterimages. Lin Chun seized an opening, activating the heaven-slaying slash, obtained from a divine-level lottery. The blade's light erupted to a length of 10 meters, aimed straight for the severed neck. Black blood gushed. The Ghost General fell to its knees, then collapsed with a thud, dissolving into a sky full of black smoke. The 100 ghosts retreated, and the phantom mist dissipated. Choice complete. Evaluation, beyond perfect. Reward, heaven-slaying slash, 1 devastating strike per day, plus 40 attribute points, title Ghost King's End. Global Awaken announcement. Blackblade has solo killed an S-rank Ghost King. The crowd cheered, and reporters swarmed forward. Lin Shun sheathed his blade and looked at the limp form of Zhao Kai in the distance. Zhao Kai's phone had fallen to the ground, the live stream still running. The entire nation saw his pathetic state. Lin Shun said coolly, "Now, do you know what professional means?" Zhao Kai lowered his head, not daring to meet his gaze. Lin Shun turned and left, his shadow stretching long in the morning sun. From that day on, the name Blackblade resounded throughout the nation's awakened community. The bizarre revival entered its second month. The global appearance rate of ghosts surpassed 15%. Ghost domains, areas shrouded in sinister energy where ordinary people would vanish upon entry, began to appear in many cities. The state officially established the Bureau of Bizarre Affairs, registering awakened individuals nationwide and classifying them into 6 conventional ranks: E, D, C, B, A, and S, with rumored SS and SSS ranks above them. The Chosen Community, a forum exclusive to the awakened, went online. Entry was only possible through mental wave verification. It featured kill rankings, intelligence sharing on source events, and a trading section. Lin Chen's codename, Blackblade, was at the very top of the kill rankings. His feat of solo killing an S-rank Ghost King was already considered a legend. The thread about it had over 1 million views, with some calling him humanity's hope. On this day, Shanghai University resumed classes. The campus was patrolled by soldiers, and students walked with caution. In the classroom, Zhao Kai's face was pale, but he feigned composure. His father had spent 300 million to buy a vial of awakening potion from the black market. It was said to be an extremely rare item refined from a bizarre source, with only a 10% success rate. Failure could result in one's body exploding. Last night, he had successfully awakened after injecting it. His ability was the D-rank flame control, allowing him to summon fist-sized fireballs hot enough to melt steel. In the class group chat, he posted a photo of his flaming palm with the caption, "From today on, I'm also one of the chosen. Some people's time in the spotlight is over." Li Wei immediately replied with a string of hearts and praise. "Brother Zhao Kai is so cool. A D-rank awakened is the first in our school. Love you." Other classmates followed suit with flattery. Someone asked, "Brother Kai, how strong is your ability? Can you solo a ghost?" Zhao Kai replied, "A piece of cake. If there's a ghost tonight, I'm on it." Someone privately messaged Lin Chun, "Junior Blackblade, you're not actually an awakened, are you? Even Zhao Kai has awakened, what about you?" Lin Chun didn't reply. In the afternoon, people from the Shanghai branch of the Bureau of Bizarre Affairs arrived, bringing an instrument to publicly test the students' awakened levels. The school auditorium was packed. Zhao Kai was the first to step up. He summoned a basketball-sized fireball. It blazed fiercely, its heat wave washing over the crowd, drawing gasps and applause. The testing instrument displayed D rank, mid-tier, medium potential, combat power assessment, capable of solo killing a mid-level ghost. The people from the Bureau politely invited him to join the official team, offering resources for his development. Zhao Kai, looking smug, spoke into his phone's live stream. See this? This is what you call strength. Will a certain mysterious person come out and compete? Li Wei screamed from the audience. Brother Zhao Kai is the best. When it was Lin Chen's turn, he had intended to keep a low profile, but the system suddenly triggered. Host detected by official scan, triggering a choice. Option 1. Refuse the test. Maintain mystery, difficulty, low, reward. Aura concealment skill, beginner. Option 2. Test normally, reveal partial strength, difficulty, medium, reward. Official favorability plus 100 mid-level enhancement pill times 1. Option 3. Unleash your full aura, awe the entire audience, difficulty, high, reward. Prestige plus 1,000, permanent attribute points plus 10. Option 4. Publicly crush Zhao Kai. Declare your dominance, difficulty, extremely high, reward. Plunder a portion of Zhao Kai's flame ability, title Jianghai's strongest, failure. Zhao Kaiyong's enmity plus official vigilance. Lin Chen glanced at Zhao Kai's arrogant face and chose 3. He stepped forward. The moment the testing instrument touched his palm, it blared wildly. The needle shot directly off the charts, and the screen displayed. S-class fluctuation detected? No, at least S+. Spiritual attribute exceeds limits. The entire venue fell into a dead silence, followed by an eruption of tsunami-like gasps. Zhao Kai's fireball extinguished with a poof. His face turned deathly pale in an instant, as if he had seen a ghost. The team leader from the Bureau, a B-class awakened named Iron Shield Wang Gang, excitedly grabbed Lin Chen's hand. Brother, you're the Black Blade who slayed the Headless Ghost King. Come back to the main bureau with me. The higher-ups have specifically asked to see you. The state will give you the highest possible treatment. Lin Chen coolly pulled his hand back. No need. I'm used to acting alone. Wang Gang was stunned. This, with your strength, it's too much of a waste not to join the officials. Lin Chen said no more and turned to leave the stage. Selection complete. Evaluation, perfect. Reward, prestige plus 1,200, bonus. Permanent attribute points plus 10, strength plus 4, agility plus 4, constitution plus 2. New skill preview unlocked. Ghost slaying domain, intermediate. Zhao Kai stood on the stage as if his soul had been drained, unable to summon his fireball again. Li Wei watched Lin Chen's retreating back with a complex expression, for the first time not applauding for Zhao Kai. From that day on, Zhao Kai couldn't hold his head up at school. No one liked his social media posts anymore. Although Lin Chen never showed his face, the rumor that Black Blade is a student at our school spread throughout the campus. In the 3rd month of the supernatural resurgence, a 1,000-year-old fox demon appeared in the ancient town of Jiangnan. It transformed into a peerlessly beautiful woman, seducing men night after night and draining their vital essence. It had already caused over 100 deaths, their bodies shriveled like mummies. The Bureau of Supernatural Affairs issued an A-class bounty, calling for Awakened to form teams to encircle and annihilate it. To wash away his shame, Zhao Kai actively signed up. He brought along his new girlfriend, transfer student Wang Yao, Awakened C-class Frost Power, and also paid to hire the A-class Fire Maiden Lu Yan, who had recovered from the last incident in Jianghai. The team consisted of 12 people in total, a grand and imposing force. Zhao Kai live-streamed the entire event with the title, D-Class Awakened Zhao Kai leads a team to slay the Fox Demon, proving his strength. Before setting out, he posted on his social media, "Some people can only hide in the shadows. This time, I, Zhao Kai, will let the whole country see who the strongest Awakened in Jianghai truly is." Lin Chen hadn't planned to get involved, but he saw the bounty while browsing a forum, and the system triggered. A-Class event. 1,000-year-old Fox Demon's Rampage. Lin Chen chose 3, the hardest one. Late at night, on the stone-paved roads of the ancient town, the moonlight was like water. The air was filled with a seductive, flower-like scent. The official team set up a formation outside the town. Lu Yan's flame barrier lit up, a golden shield covering everyone. Zhao Kai said to his stream. Folks, see this? An A-class master's barrier. Even if the fox demon comes, it'll have to kneel. Suddenly, a delicate laugh came from within the town. Hee, little brothers, come and play with me. The voice was cloyingly sweet. In an instant, 8 of the 12 members' eyes glazed over, and they started walking into the town, including 2 B-class awakened. Zhao Kai barely resisted, biting his lip and spitting out a mouthful of blood to steady his mind. Hold the formation. Don't fall for the enchantment. Sister Lu, burn it. Lu Yan's flame surged, but the fox demon's true form had already appeared. A woman in a red dress with a face of unmatched beauty, 9 snow-white fox tails swaying behind her, her eyes captivating souls. With a gentle wave of her hand, Lu Yan's barrier shattered like paper. The flames backlashed, and Lu Yan coughed up blood as she stumbled back. Wang Yao's ice arrows were easily swept aside by a tail. Zhao Kai's fireball hit like a tickle. The fox demon giggled. Little brother, your fire isn't hot enough. The battle collapsed, the team retreating step by step. Livestream comments. It's over, it's over. Is Zhao Kai going to fail again? Just as the team was about to be wiped out, a fox tail coiled toward Zhao Kai. At that moment, a black shadow leaped down from a rooftop. Lin Shun wielded the heaven-slaying saber, strengthened multiple times with slaughter value, now imbued with a soul-destroying effect. His ghost-slaying domain instantly covered the entire field, reducing all ghostly attributes by 30%. The fox demon's enchantment was greatly diminished against Lin Shun, resisted by his high spiritual attribute. 1,000-year-old demon, and you still dare to cause trouble? Lin Shun shouted coldly. The light of his saber flashed like lightning, severing 3 of the fox demon's tails. Black blood splattered. The fox demon shrieked, How are you not affected by my enchantment? It whipped out all 9 of its tails, striking like a flurry of lashes. Lin Shen's figure moved like a phantom, dodging and severing 4 more tails with a backhand slash. Zhao Kai and the others stared blankly as Lin Shen single-handedly pursued the fox demon, fighting from the town entrance to a dried-up well in the center. The injured fox demon escaped into the well, and Lin Shun leaped down in pursuit. In the cavern at the bottom of the well, the fox demon revealed its true form, a colossal white fox with blood-red eyes. The battle was fierce. The fox demon unleashed 100 illusions, creating countless doppelgangers. Lin Shun closed his eyes, relying on his perception, and activated the heaven-slicing strike. The blade's light flared to a length of 30 meters, engulfing the entire cavern. The fox demon's true body was cleaved in 2. Its shriek echoed as its inner core dropped to the ground and the black mist dissipated. Lin Shun picked up the inner core, which could be used to refine a divine pill, and leaped out of the well. The official team looked utterly defeated. Zhao Kai had wet his pants again, while Wang Yao gazed at Lin Shun with admiration. The livestream audience had witnessed Lin Shun save the day and solo the boss. Choice complete. Evaluation. Beyond perfect reward. Divine tier talent, inner demon immunity. Permanent immunity to all mental control and charms. Spirit plus 25. Bonus. Fox demon inner core times 1 global announcement. Blackblade has solo killed an A+ grade 1,000-year fox demon. Zhao Kai coughed up blood and fainted. Wang Yao lowered her head, silent. Without a glance at them, Lin Shun turned and left. From that day on, countless people unsubscribed from Zhao Kai's livestream channel, and he never dared to speak of proving his strength again. In the 5th month of the supernatural resurgence, a rift, a source of the supernatural, appeared in the underground of the capital city. The S+ grade Sea of Blood Corpse King awakened. A bloody mist enveloped half the city, and corpses reanimated into zombies. A nationwide mobilization of all awakened was declared. The top-tier awakened appeared. A+ grade Gun God, Yi Qin Song. Ability, Gun Kata plus spatial bullets, capable of teleporting trajectories. Agrade propetes sukingsue. Ability, can see fragments of the future to avoid danger. A grade Berserker Badu, of Mongolian descent, invincible in close combat, with explosive strength like a bear. The 3 led 30 awakened to form the King-slaying coalition. Lin Shun received a choice from the system. S plus grade event. Capital City Source Outbreak Option 1. Stay away from the capital. Reward. Safety. Option 2. Join the coalition. Reward. Team-based rewards. Option 3. Suppress the source alone. Difficulty. Ultra Hell. Reward. Divine Artifact Soul Suppressing Bell. All stats plus 50. L'Ancienne Chose 3. On the night of the Great Battle, a sea of blood-red clouds gathered over the capital. The coalition fought a bitter battle outside the source. The Corpse King's sea of blood flooded the streets. Yi Qingtsong ran out of spatial bullets. Su Qingshua's prophecies failed, interfered with by the sea of blood, and Bada was gravely injured. The Corpse King was about to break through their formation. Lin Chun descended from the sky. The soul-suppressing bell, obtained from a preemptive kill? No, he fought for it head-on with his heaven-slicing blade, chimed. The sea of blood calmed, and the zombies knelt. He charged into the core alone, severing 3 of the Corpse King's arms before finally piercing its heart with a single strike. The source closed, and the sea of blood receded. The surviving members of the coalition stared at Lin Chen's back, speechless for a long time. Yi Qingtsong gave a wry smile. This guy, what level is he? Su Qingxue murmured. In the future, he has always been shrouded in mist. I can't see him clearly. Bada woke up. My man, let's drink together next time. Choice complete. Reward. Divine Artifact Soul Suppressing Bell. All stats plus 60. Title Source Suppressor. The 3 tried to recruit Lin Chun, but he only said, "We'll meet again if fate allows." From then on, it was universally acknowledged in the top circles of the Awakened. Black Blade was the undisputed #1. Zhao Kai completely broke down. His father's company was investigated for multiple losses due to failed hires, and his family's fortune declined. Zhao Kai's hatred for Lin Chun festered. He secretly contacted the Netherworld Society, an underground organization that worshipped the supernatural. He was infused with supernatural blood, and his abilities skyrocketed to a grade, but his eyes turned red and his humanity became twisted. The Netherworld Society gave him a mission: seize Lin Chen's soul-suppressing bell. Zhao Kai, along with 10 A-grade Fallen Awakened, set an ambush on Lin Chen's hunting route, an abandoned factory on the outskirts of Zhanghai City. The system triggered Crisis Choice, facing an ambush Option 1. Escape, Reward, Survival. Option 2. Counterkill some of them, Reward. Intermediate, Option 3. Annihilate the entire branch, Difficulty. Hell, Reward. Heart of Purification Talent. L'Ancienne Chose 3. That night, the factory became a river of blood. As the Fallen surrounded him, Lin Chen fully unleashed his ghost-slaying domain. The soul-suppressing bell chimed, making their souls tremble. 1 slash, 1 kill. All 10 were annihilated. In the end, Zhao Kai knelt on the ground, his eyes blood-red. Lin Chun, I was wrong. Spare me. My dad can still give you money. Lin Chun said coldly, the moment you first mocked me as a loser, today was inevitable. The heaven-slicing strike fell, and Zhao Kai's head flew into the air. Flames lit up the factory. The Netherworld Society's Zhanghai branch was no more. Choice complete. Reward. Talent. Heart of Purification. Purges all negative statuses. Reputation plus 3,000. Afterward, the official report only mentioned infighting within an illegal organization. Zhao Kai vanished completely. When Li Wei and the others heard the news, no one dared to speak Lin Chen's name again. End of Volume 2. Lin Chun stood in the ruins, gazing at the starry sky. His system panel showed his kill count as #1 in the world. But of the 108 sources, only 20 have been closed. The road is still long. I'll keep choosing the hardest path. In the second year of the supernatural revival, the global manifestation rate of vengeful spirits stabilized at 30%. However, the locations of the supernatural sources were gradually discovered by the Awakened, with the total number confirmed at 108. These sources were source fissures, the origin of the supernatural revival. For each one closed, the world's negative energy would weaken, and the strength of the spirits would decrease. Only by closing all of them could the revival be brought to a complete end. The Bureau of Supernatural Affairs established a source closure leaderboard, updated in real time. Lin Chun ranked first, having closed 23 sources. In second place was the Dawn Squad, a trio consisting of Yi Qing-song, Su Qingxue, and Batu, with a combined total of only 15. On the forums, posts about Blackblade were always pinned to the top. Someone analyzed his combat videos. This guy's stats crush everything. His swordsmanship is godlike. I bet all his attributes are over 100. Lin Shun was hunting lesser ghosts alone in the outskirts, his system panel having evolved significantly. Host: Lin Shun, codename Blackblade, level LV 68, strength 185, average human 10, agility 192, constitution 178, spirit 210, boosted by inner demon immunity, slaughter value 128, 500 skills, ghost slaying strike advanced, heaven sundering slash, god tier 1/day, ghost annihilation domain advanced, energy shield advanced, sandstorm control beginner, blood shadow step intermediate, divine artifacts, black iron chopper evolved to heaven sundering blade, soul suppressing bell, sea king's trident talents, inner demon immunity, god tier, heart of purification advanced, titles, Ghost King's End, source suppressor, plus 20% efficiency in closing sources. His skyrocketing attributes came from the massive rewards for always choosing the most difficult options, supplemented by enhancements using his slaughter value. On this day, the 29th source was revealed, the Labyrinth of Death, an ancient city in the Sahara Desert. It was occupied by the SS-rank Sand Ghost King, capable of controlling endless sandstorms and devouring all life. The Dawn Squad spent a month preparing. Lin Shun directly chose the hardest option, close it alone. System choice, SS rank source, Labyrinth of Death option 1. Wait for a team, reward. Safety, option 2. Join the Dawn Squad, reward. Team bonds, option 3. Enter the labyrinth alone and slay the Sand Ghost King, difficulty, ultra hellish. Reward, God tier skill sandstorm control for permanent mastery over desert environments. All attributes plus 30. L'Ancienne chose 3. The Sahara Desert. Heat waves rolled as yellow sand filled the sky. Dressed in black with his head wrapped in a turban, Lin Shun ventured deep into the ruins of the ancient city. A fierce sandstorm raged at the labyrinth's entrance, powerful enough to shred any ordinary awakened who approached. Lin Shun activated his Ghost Annihilation domain, weakening the sandstorm as he walked closer step by step. Inside the labyrinth, countless sand ghosts, sand soldiers, and sand beasts lunged at him. Lin Shun's blade flashed like lightning. He held back his heaven-sundering slash, choosing to farm experience first. After 3 days of advancing to the core, the Sand Ghost King appeared. 100-meter-tall sand giant, controlling tens of thousands of tons of sand. The sandstorm blotted out the sun, and the temperature soared to 100 degrees. Lin Shun used Blood Shadow Step to evade, summoned a mirage with the Sea King's trident for distraction, and used the soul-suppressing bell to stun the sand spirits. Finally, he seized an opening and unleashed his heaven-sundering slash. The light of his blade tore through the sandstorm and struck the Sand Ghost King's core. The labyrinth collapsed, and the yellow sands grew calm. The source closed, and a desert oasis appeared. Choice complete. Super perfect reward. God tier skill sandstorm control. Permanent mastery over sand and dust environments. Integrating offense and defense. All attributes plus 40. O-panel update. Strength 205. Agility 212. Constitution 198. Spirit 230. Global announcement. Blackblade has single-handedly closed an SS rank source. When the Dawn Squad arrived, only ruins remained. Yi Qing-song sighed. He beat us to it again, all by himself. The 45th source. The Abyss Singer, deep within the Pacific Ocean's Mariana Trench. An SS rank mermaid queen, capable of controlling minds with her song and commanding an army of sea beasts. Global navies had failed multiple expeditions, losing 3 aircraft carriers in the process. The Bureau of Supernatural Affairs organized a joint international fleet to encircle it, and the Dawn Squad was invited. Lin Shun received his choices by the seashore. SS rank source. Abyss Singer option 1. Wait on land, reward. Safety, option 2. Join the fleet. Reward. Marine resources. Option 3. Descend alone into the 10,000-meter abyss and slay the Mermaid Queen. Difficulty. Ultra hellish. Reward. Divine artifact. Sea King's Trident. Immortal mermaid bloodline. Freedom of movement underwater. L'Ancien Chose 3. He exchanged slaughter value for a deep-sea protection talisman, and, equipped with enhanced diving gear, descended into the trench alone. At a depth of 10,000 meters, the pressure was mountainous, the water was pitch black, and colossal sea beasts circled. The Queen's song echoed, a heavenly sound laced with deadly enchantment. An ordinary person would go insane upon hearing it, but Lin Chun, with his inner demon immunity and high spirit, resisted it, feeling only a slight dizziness. The army of sea beasts charged, giant sharks, deep-sea krakens, and ancient sea dragons. Lin Chen's sandstorm patrol was useless, no sand. Instead, he used Blood Shadow Step to dodge underwater, his heaven-sundering blade imbued with an evil warding property, slaying countless sea beasts. 3 days deep into the Queen's palace, the Crystal Coral Fortress, the Mermaid Queen appeared, stunningly beautiful. Her upper body was that of a human woman, her lower body a fishtail. Her voice was like a mournful song. "Human, why do you kill my people?" Lin Chun was cold. "You devoured tens of thousands of souls. You were the one who struck first." The Queen raged. Her song burst forth at full power, boiling the sea and creating mountains of sea beast corpses in a sea of blood. Lin Chen's soul-suppressing bell rang, weakening her song and making the sea beasts tremble. The battle was fierce. The Queen's tail lashed like a whip, and phantom trident stabbed at him. Lin Chun, without the Sea Emperor's trident, endured the blows directly. His 178 constitution withstood the pressure. Seizing a gap in the Queen's song, his heaven-slaying strike pierced her heart. The Queen shrieked as the palace collapsed and the trench shook. The trident acknowledged its master. Lin Chun obtained the mermaid bloodline, gaining eternal life and the ability to breathe underwater. The source closed, and the storm on the sea's surface ceased. Choice complete. Super perfect. Reward. Divine weapon. Sea Emperor's trident. Control the ocean. Summon sea beasts. Mermaid bloodline. Eternal underwater life plus regeneration. All attributes plus 50. Panel update. Strength 255. Agility 262. Constitution 248. Spirit 280. By the time the international fleet arrived, Lin Chun had already surfaced, the trident hidden. An admiral saluted. "Mr. Blackblade, humanity thanks you." Lin Chun departed calmly. Su Qingxue prophesied, "He's getting stronger, but also more lonely." The 68th source. An ancient castle in Transylvania, Romania. The vampire progenitor, Dracula, has reawakened. An army of vampires swept through Europe, turning night into a forbidden zone. The European Awakened Alliance mobilized its full force, and the Dawn Squad provided international support. Lin Chun infiltrated the ancient castle by night. The system presented the most difficult choice: eliminate the progenitor alone. Under the moonlight, 1,000,000 bats filled the air around the castle, and a blood mist permeated the grounds. Vampire nobles besieged him. Lin Chun fully unleashed his ghost-exterminating domain, weakening the blood mist. Blood Shadow Step plus mermaid regeneration. Every slash was fatal. Deep within the top floor of the castle, Dracula awakened. A pale noble with red eyes and fangs, capable of manipulating blood into weapons. A great battle unfolded under the moon. Dracula transformed into 1,000,000 bats. Lin Chun summoned a sea fog with his trident to interfere, while the soul-suppressing bell shook their souls. The bat swarm was caught and shredded by a sandstorm, simulated using dust in the air. Dracula's main body roared, and a river of blood submerged the castle. Lin Chen's heaven-slaying strike covered the entire area, evaporating the blood and piercing Dracula's chest. The progenitor turned to ash, and the vampires knelt. The source closed. The night sky over Europe cleared. Choice complete. Reward. Vampire Prince bloodline, controllable, immune to sunlight plus recovery through blood-sucking. Divine skill Blood Shadow Step, advanced, teleport plus invisibility. All attributes plus 40 panel. Strength 295. Agility 302, Constitution 288, Spirit 320. The legend of the Eastern Blackblade, who wiped out the vampires in a single night, spread through Europe. Up to the 90th source, Lin Shun had personally closed 76 of them, far exceeding the global total. The Dawn Squad found him. Yi Ching Tsang. Blackblade, the last 18 are too dangerous. Let's do it together. Su Qing Shua. I've seen the future. Great danger awaits if you go alone. Bado. Brother, let's fight side by side. The system triggered a long-term choice. For the first time, Lin Shun didn't pick the hardest option, but chose limited cooperation, to fight alongside them for only the final 8 sources. The 3 were thrilled. He's finally willing to team up. Lin Shun smiled faintly. I just don't want to be too bored. His attribute panel was already terrifying. Strength, 335. Agility, 342. Constitution, 328. Spirit, 360. With multiple divine weapons and skills, he had already surpassed S rank, approaching the legendary SSS. End of Volume 3. Lin Shun gazed into the distance. 18 sources remaining, stronger enemies await. On the hardest path, having teammates isn't so bad. The 3rd year of the supernatural resurgence. The global appearance rate of vengeful spirits reached 50%. The living areas for ordinary people had shrunk to a few safe cities, and the Awakened had become the pillar of humanity. Each of the remaining 18 sources was equivalent to an SSS-level disaster. Lin Shun and the Dawn Squad began their limited cooperation, fighting side by side. First battle. The 91st source, the avatar of an ancient evil god sealed under the Antarctic ice. The ice plains were brutally cold, below 100 degrees Celsius. The evil god's avatar controlled ice storms and an army of the undead. The 4 joined forces. Yi Ching Tsang sniped from a distance with spatial bullets. Su Qingshua's prophecies helped them evade fatal attacks. Bada acted as a tank to absorb damage, and Lin Shun was the main damage dealer. Lin Shen's heaven-slaying strike cleared a path. The trident froze the ice storm, and the soul-suppressing bell scattered the undead. The evil god's avatar swatted down with a giant hand. Lin Shun took the hit directly, his constitution already over 400, and severed it with one slash. The source closed. The Antarctic ice layer cracked open to reveal Greenland. After the battle, the 4 sat around a campfire. Bada took a large gulp of wine. Brother, just how high are your stats? With that last slash, I felt like you cut through space itself. Su Qing Shue smiled. My prophecies cannot see your limits. It's like a black fog. Yi Ching Tsang. Join us, Blackblade. It's too lonely to be alone. Lin Chen shook his head. I'm used to it, but having you guys around isn't bad. The system's rewards were slightly reduced due to teamwork, but Lin Chen still received all attributes plus 20. Minor panel update. Second battle. The 95th source, the hourglass of time beneath the Sahara, controls the flow of time and can instantly age enemies. Su Inge's prophecy fails. Yi Ching Sang's bullets are deflected by the reversed flow of time. Bado ages, his hair turning white, but Lin Shen's inner demon immunity and purifying heart counteract the temporal erosion. He uses sandstorm control to stir up a dust cloud, disrupting the hourglass, teleports close with Blood Shadow's step, and shatters its outer shell with the Sea Emperor's trident. The heaven-slaying strike finally shatters the core. The source closes, and time in the desert returns to normal. Bado, restored to his youth, laughs heartily. Blackblade, you saved my life. From now on, you're my brother. From the 3rd to the 97th source, the 4 of them developed even greater synergy. Lin Shen occasionally went solo to grind on mobs, steadily improving his stats. By the time they reached the 100th source, his panel read, Host, Lin Shen level, LV, 92 strength, 485 agility, 492 constitution, 478 spirit, 510 skills / godly skills. Most are max level divine artifacts, all unlocked. His teammate's strength also increased, but the gap between them widened. Su Qingshu has said to Lin Shan in private, the path you've chosen is too harsh, but I admire you for it. Lin Shan smiled faintly. Only the hardest path is interesting. the 108th source. At the peak of the Himalayas, the outer world heretic god itself descends. It was not a specter, but the true source of the paranormal resurgence, a terrifying existence from a multi-dimensional void. Its body blotted out the sun and sky, with millions of tentacles covered in countless eyeballs. Each eyeball could fire a destructive beam, and the end of each tentacle was a devouring black hole. Broadcast live globally, billions watched. This was humanity's last hope. The Dawn Squad and all remaining top-tier awakeners from around the world, several hundred of them, rushed to the scene, forming a final coalition army. The great battle raged from the foot of the mountain to its peak, lasting for 3 days and 3 nights. On the first day, Yi Qingsong's spatial bullets tore through its tentacles. Su Qingshue's prophecies directed them to evade the beams, and Bada went berserk, ripping apart the smaller tentacles. Lin Shun was the main attacker on the core, using his heaven-slaying strike once a day to sever hundreds of tentacles. But the heretic god's regeneration was limitless, and its tentacles fell like rain. On the second day, the coalition forces had suffered over 50% casualties. A sweep of the eyeball beams incinerated dozens of awakeners. Yi Qingsong's spatial power fractured, and he was severely injured, vomiting blood. Su Qingshue's prophecies became completely blurred. In the future, only you are left. Bada, one arm severed, laughed wildly. Brother, go. We'll hold it back. On the third day, only Lin Shun remained standing on the summit, facing the heretic god's true form. The heretic god issued a multi-dimensional whisper, "Insignificant human, join me or perish." A mountain of tentacles pressed down, a black hole at its tip ready to devour everything. Lin Shen's black clothes whipped in the wind as a brilliant light erupted from his body. All his divine artifacts materialized: the heaven-slaying blade, the trident, and the soul-suppressing bell. He took a deep breath, and the system panel appeared in his mind. This was the last time he would look at it. Host: Lin Shun, codename Black Blade, candidate Planewalker, level LV 100, max level, strength 999 plus, limit broken, agility 999 plus, constitution 999 plus, spirit 999 plus, inner demon immunity, god tier, perfected kill value, infinite, accumulated from source rewards, skills, ghost slaying strike, god tier, heaven slaying strike, ultimate unlimited use, ghost extermination domain, god tier 1000, Li range, in energy protection, god tier, immune to all negative effects, sandstorm control, god tier, blood shadow step, god tier, ocean summoning, god tier, divine artifacts, heaven slaying blade, ultimate evolution, sea emperor's trident, god tier, soul suppressing bell, god tier, talents, inner demon immunity, perfect, purifying heart, perfect, source suppressor, all source efficiency plus 100%, titles, Ghost King's End, humanity's hope, solitary blade emperor. The panel flickered with light as all rewards perfectly merged at this moment. The system's final voice sounded, carrying a rare trace of respect. Ultimate choice: confront the outer world heretic god's true form. Option 1. Join the remaining awakeners to seal the heretic god. Difficulty: high. Reward: eternal life plus title of world guardian. Option 2. Devour the heretic god and become the new lord of the paranormal. Difficulty: hell. Reward: infinite power plus control over all planes. Option 3. Completely erase the heretic god and the system, returning the world to normalcy. Difficulty: unknown. Reward: none. Option 4. Slay the heretic god, traverse the planes with the system, and continue the path of choices. Difficulty: super hell. Reward: status as a planewalker, infinite world selection rights. Lin Shun looked down at his severely injured teammates at the foot of the mountain, then at the billions of humans watching through the global broadcast. He tightened his grip on the heaven-slaying blade, and all his divine artifacts resonated in unison. The Sea Emperor's trident summoned a monstrous tsunami, materializing high in the sky. The soul-suppressing bell vibrated the void, and his sandstorm and blood shadow abilities merged. The hardest path is the most thrilling. Choice confirmed. Option 4. Lin Shun took a step forward. His ghost extermination domain enveloped the entire Himalayan mountain range, and all the tentacles' movement slowed. Bloodshadow Step instantly teleported to the core of the heretic god. Skyslaying form was no longer limited to daily use. Maximum level breakthrough. Skyslaying form, ultimate sundering of heavens. The blade's light surged to the sky, transforming into a billion blade shadows that tore through the void. The heretic god's tens of millions of tentacles shattered inch by inch. Its countless eyes exploded, and the black hole was filled by the blade's light. Its true form let out a transdimensional scream as its body split down the middle, exposing its core, a cluster of multidimensional black nuclei. Lin Shun pierced it with his trident, suppressed it with the soul-suppressing bell, and delivered the final slash with the sky-slaying blade. Boom! Heaven and earth trembled as the heretic god was utterly annihilated and the multidimensional rift closed. The global paranormal ripples reversed. All the vengeful spirits shrieked as they dissipated into black smoke, and the 108 sources closed simultaneously. The world was restored to clarity. Sunlight shone down, the shadowy mist dispersed, and humanity's cheers shook the heavens. The system's final notification appeared. Congratulations, host, for choosing to slay everything. Reward issued. Status of a Heavens Walker. Permanent fusion with the system. Ability to freely traverse infinite worlds and continue making infinite choices. Lin Shun stood at the mountain's peak, gazing at the rising sun as his teammates awoke behind him. Yiqing Song. You shouldered it all alone again. Su Qingshues said through tears. Thank you. Blackblade. Bata laughed heartily. Brother, bring me along to the next world. Lin Shun smiled, his figure gradually fading, merging into a crack in the void. The next paranormal universe. I'll continue to choose the hardest path. The global live broadcast froze on his fading back, which from that moment on became an eternal legend. The end.